Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depends on your time and your location. This is Biafra TV. We are live and we are direct. Once again, happy Sunday to all the well-meaning Biafrans. Happy Sunday to the lovers of freedom. And happy Sunday to the entire world and all the supporters of Biafrans. Please, as I welcome you this wonderful afternoon, please endeavor to welcome one another through like and sharing the program so others may know that we are live and we are direct here this wonderful Sunday afternoon from my location. So please, I say I welcome you. Please endeavor to welcome another person to join us. We are here to let the world knows that we have abided by the peaceful declaration of the new law of this 21st century that they use to guide all the entire world. That is why we are here to tell them that the USB we are declared have joined and agree on the modern day 21st century laws that guides every country in the world. So at this stage that we are into, we want the world to see us like one of the most peaceful countries in the world. And our activities in the world prove that the Biafran people are always peaceful. We are always loyal to the rules and the laws of any country that we are into. That is why I urge everywhere, meaning Biafrans, as you join us, please kindly hit the like button, subscribe, and share the program as you join us. We are here to use our hand to correct so many things that we are doing and we thought that is the best thing to do in this 21st century. There is, whether you like it or not, when you send your child or your son or your daughter to school, there is a law that controls that particular school. They have their criteria, how you pay the child school fees, and things that surrenders about the school. And immediately you come in, you agree and join them and maintain that protocol that has already been existing there. So, in this 21st century that we are into, that everything is changing. Remember this, that one thing that is constant in life is changing. And because of the way that the world we are living in is changing, we also have to change on their timeline and how they are doing things. We also have to agree because we are not going to be a one-man country alone. If we decide to be a one-man country, sanctions and some restriction to you, we almost make you to, in fact, they will frustrate you. They will frustrate us if we try to do on a level that we are one-man country, that we don't care, honestly. If we show that we don't care about the world and what they want to do to us, then the sanctions that we are going to see, the restriction we are going to see, is going to pass us in a very big way. That is why that nobody is a one-man country. You must agree, by line, and take the instructions of those that are there, because before you, there is people that are there. It is very simple when you want to look at it in a very simple dimension. Let me give you an example. In a community or in a village, there is where we villages gather together to collect general water. How do you collect this general water? You collect this water by whenever you come, you queue in line and drop your gallon or your rubber or your keg back of the other next person. When you come in, you dare not just go in and scatter the line and enter front. No. When you come, you stay in line, wait for your turn. That is the simplest example of what the people of Biafra has to do in this 21st century. That is why I easily said that before we emerge, that there is existing law already. So what we do is we queue in line on that existing protocol, on that existing criteria, or that existing law for us to achieve what we are looking for. Because when you come in a simple line in a community where people queue in line to fresh water turn by turn, if you try to jump up, you are creating more fight, and everybody will fight you to the end. If you remove that one from this aspect I'm going right now, look at some areas in time of voting. People queue, when you come, you queue in line. Because if you want to vote, you are not going to jump others to vote. Oh my God. I mute myself. Yes, I can see you on the comment section. Ifani Kizito, thank you so much. Amen to your prayers, and happy Sunday to you. All of us, not me, all of us, we are going to enjoy Biafra because that is the best country ever. They are going to merge in the world. We are another Israelite. We are another Japan. We are another America. Nobody challenges about that. That is who we are. And whoever tries to challenge it is wasting his or her time. Because the one thing is that when you know who you are, then you proceed. When you know who you are, those that challenges you are just those that envy of you. So, now, on the Biafra movement that we are into, the world has put the criteria. The world has put the level they want us to use to achieve the Biafra. And the way that the world wants us to get Biafra is just and very simple. They call it that declaration is a soft way of a new nation to achieve international recognition. Now, because of the example I am giving, before we go into the program, why do we have to join the protocol? It's like in a family. There is no way a son will jump his father to break a collar in a family. There is no way A daughter will jump the mother to do things the mother is supposed to do. And there is no way first daughter will be claiming the position of first son. Even though if the first daughter seniors the first son, that rules is existing protocol of our grandfathers that has been there before us. That is why once you have a first son in the family, if you first have ladies, girls, and have a son, they treated that son like a precious gold more than the ladies. Go and check more than the girls. Now, when that son grow up, the sisters will bring cola. They are the one who seniors them. Now, they will give them the cola. They will give their brother the cola to break. This is how it is. So, in Biafra movement, there is already existing protocol. And there is no way we are going to jump this existing protocol, no matter who we think we are. No matter how UN is corrupt, no matter how EU, no matter how AU, and all these organizations, no matter how corrupt they are, there is existing protocol. The existing protocol is very easy and very soft, more than in a hard way of military. In 20th, we call it 21st century, peaceful declaration is the new law of the EU, AU, and UN. These three bodies, their laws have a structure or a foundation that was laid down. They have the law that guides them in Montevideo Convention. They have the law that guides them in My people, sorry, I have, and that is a very important serious call which I must attend. So please bear with me for that delaying and that mute. Sorry, my people. So in this time that we are into, if Simon Ekpanjoko, the Prime Minister, didn't study the movement that we are into, if he did not study this movement and know that there is a soft way, if him as a somebody who is very educated could champion the declaration, real declaration of the Biafra, now you have to think, why did he champion for their declaration if military, only military alone, or only men on ground alone is what we need to achieve Biafra? For those that all their action and all their championing is military, is men on ground and the military. Now the question should be, why did Obato Obie, knowing fully well his level and that military that are claiming they are the one fighting for Biafra, now being Obato Obie know all these things, and he championed for our real declaration. Why did he champion the real declaration? So why did he champion real declaration of the USB? These are the important areas that we have to think about it. Why did he champion real declaration? Should be the question. Why did Obato Obie championing real declaration of the USB as our own country? And why he capitalized that we must declare Biafra, real declare it back? It's because of the world. It's because of that the world that we are living in believes in the 21st century. He understands the law of the 21st century. And because of he understands the new rule of 21st century, that is why he championed real declaration upon equipping and having military on ground. Upon what? Upon champion, upon having the equipped military that even that betrayed him. He knows the strength, he knows all these things, but what happened? He put his movement that without real declaration, that we are just making noise in social media. So for those that claiming that military and this and that, men on ground, it is nice that you have military. But the question is, in the first 10 or in the first criteria of having a new nation, military is number one. Liberation military is number one. There is things that matters most in everything. There is number one step, there is number two, there is number three, number five. When it's come to the issue of having a new country, military is not number first one priority in this 21st century, because the word said we are no longer using battlefield, push gun and bullets, but rather that is in the 20th century, in the old. Then in the 21st century, in the new, the word said we agree, or what we want in this law is about what? Peaceful declaration of a new country. That is exactly what the world are looking for. And in this time that we are into, what the world is looking about peaceful declaration is what USB government is giving to all of us. What is that's they give to us? They give us the peaceful declaration that the world will call a soft way to achieve recognition. Now they say that military way is the most hardest way to achieve a new country in this time around, because there will be many sanctions, there will be many name calling, and there will be many tags. if any group think that through military that they can achieve a new country. Now you have between hard and soft, and the way that real declaration or peaceful declaration is the soft way. Now, on the mandate of the soft way, is it not better that we, as the people of Biafra, choose the soft way? In this soft way, nobody will arrest you. Nobody will call you terrorist. Nobody will call you rebel. No, there is no name that the world are going to call you once you believe in the peaceful declaration. So, for believing in that peaceful declaration, that no one will call you terrorist, that no one will call you insurgency, that no one will say you are creating value social media. No, there is nobody will tag you any name at all. Is it not the best way for us to go? Is it not the best way for us to achieve Biafra as our own country? My people, mmadụ ọ na-afụcha ebe na-echi ọzọ ebe a na-arụ agwụ n'okwu Igbo ije hope focus on military and na-echo ha on social media dịka ije ebe a na-arụ agwụ. Mana ịba na believe in peaceful declaration of a new nation that gets international recognition through diplomatic leverage is it not the best way? That is the best way in this 21st century that we are into. That is the best way in this 21st century that we are moving on it. And that is what the world are looking from our hand. They are looking for our hand. They are looking at us to maintain this law that they have given us, that the only thing that they value so much, that the only way they will give us Biafration of United State of Biafra. What is confusing you there? Is it the name United? That means we miss real declaration. So we change, the only thing added there is what? Let the world see us as what? That we are the United State of Biafra Republic. On this program today, remove Ngozi Arabeze. Remove what? Dr. Ngozi Arabeze on this. But focus on what the world wants and what the world asks us to put online. The one that the world wants from us is the best thing that we have to achieve. And the other one that the world never wants us to do is what we, as people of Biafra, are going to live to prove that we understand when the word said that what matters most to them is what? Peaceful declaration is the code that they are using. This is a central of their law in this 21st century. In this central of the law of the 21st century of having a new country, it is what favors us, and it is the right of the people to embrace a peaceful declaration. If you check on the history line, on this 21st century, the world said a peaceful declaration is a soft way to achieve a new nation. That hoping and showing many social media is the most hardest way. Now says that they compare somebody with gun and they now ask a question. If a normal being see people who carries gun, what is the next thing? It's not for you to run. You will run away from that such particular area that you see that people are coming from there has a gun. Now, that's the one that are very soft way, that this particular real declaration or peaceful declaration is the easiest soft way to achieve a new country. Between hard and the soft, which one is the best for us? Between hard way and the soft way, which one is the best? Is it not the soft way is the best one? Chidebere, good morning from here. Triple M. Good morning from here. See you. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So, let us go and understand what the world is looking from our hand. and why they ask us to go into a peaceful way instead of focus on the military. And they make it openly in their law that if any country try to use military in this 21st century, that they are going to frustrate you, arrest your so-called military, put all of you where you belong. But if you go through peaceful declaration, which is the soft way, that they are not going to do anything to you. Rather, that the peaceful declaration is part of the way that we give them power to talk about you or also support you and protect you. Now, between what will protect you and what will help you, which one is the best? Is it not what will protect you is the best option? What can protect us is what? Real declaration, a soft way of having a new country is the only one that the world approve in this 21st century law. They are no longer using military. I said what? They are no longer using military as number one criteria. They said in the old, we use military as only way where military conquers the other people. That is only way we call them a nation. And they said, if you take it by force, we are going to sanction you. We are going to tag you names that you might not like to bear. So now that they give us the option, now that they give us an existing protocol that is the best way of soft way for us to have Biafra as our own country, I think, or I believe, that choosing this soft way is the best thing ever that will happen to us. And I want to let you know that this soft way has become the best way of the people of Biafra. This soft way is the what? The easiest way that none of our leader should be arrested again. Instead of, now ask yourself, what was case or charge of Mazen Nandekan? What was charge of Master Simon Ebanjoko? It's not all the actions of the military, so-called men on ground, is what triggers the charge. Now that we have a way to drop those things and for us to move forward, is the best thing. The same thing, why is it the best way? Peaceful declaration. If it's going to take us 5 years to achieve recognition, the hard way of the military in the 20th century will take us 40 years. That is why Somaliland is there since over all these years. That is why Kosovo is there. That is why South Sudan is still having some 1 or 2 problems because of military, because of men on ground. So anybody who are championing men on ground as only option is doing what? They are delaying the movement. They don't want Biafra to become a country because they said that in this 21st century that they are not going to allow anybody to use to use conquest to have any new country again, unless you go through that peaceful declaration and the process and follow all the criteria. That is only when they will allow you to become a country. So, you know how we do it here? We are going to play the research because I want to tell you one thing. I have murdered my sleep to educate myself, to know my stand, to understand the importance of our declaration, to know that what Dr. Ngozi Rabez is doing is the only percent legitimate government you have. There is no other government, only one. And that was the one that already in the archive, that the people of Biafra have United States of Biafra government in exile, not any other group. Among 75 exile governments or government in exile in this 21st century, USB is there. What you can see there is what? United States of Biafra. I have checked and checked and checked. I did not see Masob. I did not see IPOB. I did not see a fake fallback Brigio Genkere. I did not see it there. I did not see BGC. Only United States of Biafra is the only one that is there. I have proved it to you as an evidence. So, in this 21st century that we are into, now that there is an existing laws, there is existing protocol, like in your community, even in your house, there is existing protocol. Inside a house, the existing protocol is what? When a family give a birth in the first place for a daughter, and second one becomes a boy. Once they give a birth to a boy, what will happen when it grows up? The family responsibility or representing the family lies in the shoulder of the young boy. If they bring color, despite that the senior one is a lady who seniors this guy in question, they will give the boy the collar to break. Despite that, who bring the collar might be a mother or the daughter. Who will break the collar? The boy. Now he becomes the senior, the father of the house, despite his age. That is an existing protocol by our forefathers. If you are not believing in USB we are declared, that means you are not believing in existing protocol or the rules that has been there before you. Also, let me give you another example again. In a community, my own community, we have where we come out to take free water. Once you come in the morning, you put your rubber. Even if you are not there, the next person will not jump. They will fill your water, keep it by the side for you. Another person will take the position. Another person will fetch his own. But even if you are there, nobody will come to jump your line to put his own rubber. It will cause for a fight. And that fight will cause that water will be wasted, and people will go home that day without water. So for everyone to take this water, I must queue in the line, you must queue in that line. So queue in the line of the UN, of the EU, of this 21st century law is what? Through a peaceful declaration, not by power by the military. It's no longer by the power of the commanders. It's not in that way. The world has closed that chapter and they move on in a new chapter. Also remember that one thing that is constant in life is what? Change. One thing that is very, very constant in life is what? Change. Now the world is changing. Are we not supposed to change with them? Now that the world is changing, are we not supposed to change with the world on the line they are moving that will benefit us? When somebody says, this is a soft way on this your journey, and this is a hard way on this your journey, which one do you take? Is it not the soft way that will lead you to the journey very easily? Do you like to suffer yourself by going through the harsh way? That is why the only soft way we have is what? United States of Biafra. Edith, I see you. Good morning good afternoon from here. Thank you for joining us. So let us hear from the world. Let us hear from the UN, EU, and the AU, their new criteria of having a new country. Let us see where military fall in all this category that we are going to go into. Now listen, let us start from here before we go back to the main thing. Let's start here as our preamble. Thank you so much. As you are joining me, please endeavor to hit the like button. Do me that favor of sharing this broadcast. That is all you can do for me. Thank you so much for doing that as we are doing that.
That final thought is the core reality of modern geopolitics. It marks the shift from the age of conquest to the age of legitimacy. To wrap this up, let's look at why that signature is the ultimate weapon for a government in exile, and what happens to the military comrades who don't understand this shift. 1. The pen controls the wallet. In the 21st century, a country's wealth isn't just the gold in its vaults, it's the ability to use the SWIFT banking system. If the UN Secretary General and the international community recognize your signature, you can freeze the old regime's bank accounts globally and redirect those billions to your new government. The military comrades may hold the physical land, but without that signature, they are land rich and cash poor, unable to buy spare parts, fuel, or medicine. 2. The pen controls the sky. Modern warfare and border control rely on international cooperation, satellite data, aviation codes, and intelligence sharing. A government recognized by the UN gets access to Interpol and international airspace rights. A military faction that refuses the peaceful declaration becomes an international outlaw. They cannot travel, they cannot fly planes, and they eventually become targets for stabilization forces. 3. The legacy trap for military comrades. History is full of military heroes who won the war but lost the country because they couldn't transition to the signature phase. The spoiler fate. If the comrades continue to use their guns after the political wing has signed a declaration, they are no longer liberators. They are legally classified as armed spoilers of the peace process. The result, the same international community that might have once cheered for them will now fund the government in exile to arrest or neutralize them in the name of national stability. The new hierarchy of power. Old power, 20th century. New power, 21st century. Controlling the capital city. Controlling the national central bank. Having the most soldiers. Having the most diplomatic allies. Winning the battle. Winning the UN General Assembly vote. Identity, the general. Identity, the representative. What this means for your situation. If the government in exile has made its declaration, the clock is ticking. The international community is currently watching to see if the political leadership can tame the military wing. If the politicians succeed, they become a sovereign state. If the military comrades continue to fight, the whole movement may be labeled a failed state before it even begins, and recognition will be withdrawn. Would you like me to help you draft a strategy for how the government in exile can bridge the gap and convince the military comrades that the pen is now more powerful than the gun?
There is a particular area I want you to rethink, not just think, rethink about it. The program we are doing today, please, forget about Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, but let us face the reality. Let us tell ourselves the bitter truth and ask yourself, do I really want Biafra as a country? If I want Biafra as a country, what is the law of the UN, EU, and the AU? What are their laws? What is the appropriate thing that we should do in this 21st century? Now, look at this place. The new power and the old power. Old power, 21st century. New power. Old power, 20th century. New power, 21st century. Now, on this, listen. Controlling the capital city, control the national central bank, having the most soldiers, this is old, then new, having the most diplomatic alliance. Remark this word. Having the most soldiers, you have soldiers, like what Butozo and Gento is doing. I want them, I mean no insult, I mean no harm, but I just want them to listen here to see the law of 21st century. And let me remind you again, or refresh our mind. The 21st century started from 2001. It's going to end in 2100. Remember, we are in 2026. That is what the world called 1 century. Now, in this 21st century that we are into, having the most of soldiers, the new 21st centuries, having the most diplomatic alliance is what the world approved in this 21st century. They have cancelled having the most soldiers. Winning the battle, the old law. Winning the battle with military. Now, that is the old. Then the new. Winning the UN General Assembly vote. Is it gone? They said winning what? General Assembly vote in this 21st century. That is what the world wants. I see you, Ifani. Thank you so much. I see you, Jelen Waitina. Good afternoon from here. Ezenwife. Good afternoon from here. Oga branch, Oga Drainama. So Sophia Kainacho, recognition. But on the right of the peaceful declaration, we are perfectly 100% in this 21st century law. Now, let's go back to where we are. The old, winning the battle with military, you become a nation. In the 21st century, winning the UN General Assembly vote, you become a new country. Now, in the 20th century, in the old, identity, general, that win the war or conquers the other people that brought the new nation. Now it says, identified, identity, the representative. You are representative, which is what USB and the cabinet members are doing today, including you and I, is among them. This is the area that the 21st century. Now, when you look at this 21st century and look at the old, which is 20th centuries, let me just put it in this way. Old power, 20th centuries, controlling capital C by force, having the most soldiers, winning the battle with military, identify the general, the new 21st centuries, controlling the National Central Bank, having the most alliance, 21st century, winning the UN General Assembly vote, the representative. Now, between what you heard right now, look at it here. I am not making it out. Look at how they put it on criteria, how they narrate it. So when you see this, how they narrated this, what comes into your mind? Is it not this particular 21st century law that has said no more military is the best option that we have, and which is the easiest and fastest way for us to achieve recognition as a new country? Why that? If the new country that went to the process of peaceful declaration, we achieved recognition in 5 years. With so-called military in 40 years, we have never achieved anything like recognition. So for you that believe in the new law of 21st century of the UN, EU, AU, you are the person who is on the right track on what the world wants us to do for us to achieve our new nation. There is more to that. Now let us listen to more to that, of what the world really wants us to do and how we can do it. Let us go back again. Now, listen to this in the beginning.
That final thought is the core reality of modern geopolitics. It's the shift from the age of conquest to the age of legitimacy.
Are you hearing it? The final thought is the core reality of modern geopolitics. It marked the shift from the age of conquest, military, conquering, military activities, to the age of legitimacy. Enwe ihe anyị na-asụ n'Igbo, ndị be anyị na-asị na mkpegbu ka ntigbu. Military bụ ntigbu, mana peaceful declaration bịa bụ mkpegbu. Why is it very important on this aspect? Let's continue.
To wrap this up, let's look at why that signature is the ultimate weapon for a government in exile, and what happens to the military comrades who don't understand this shift.
Are you hearing it? Let us look at why that signature sign is the ultimate weapon for a government in exile. And let us look at what happens to the military commanders who did not understand this shift. As then with the only thing that I am running away from super chat is this. Let me give you the example. If you give someone €5, before that person will bring that €5 out, he will lose 2.5 on it. It's divided attention. Even sometimes YouTube would like to take more than you. This is a pure truth. This is a pure truth about YouTube. So if you are giving somebody 10 euro, the person will get maybe between, sometimes between, the money will be divided into two. And when YouTube take their own, Google Ad itself that will raise the money will also take their part. Not only YouTube. The money will share into 3 places. You will take 1, 2 will be lost. So that is why it is only good. So that is why it is only good if the super chat that you give online, fine, the little money. But if you give big money, they will tear it into 3. They will take to give you 1. That is why I said, when I call my number, if you just take the number, my WhatsApp number, then I will give you that account where the money will be complete the way you sent it. Even if the money will be just removing the exchange rate alone. That is why, as then with the little one that coming from the super chat is okay on supporting when we are online brokers to boost the morale and bless us to get water is okay. But when it's come to big money, they will use less than, but every day there is a rate they are taking. So that is just it. That is just it. So that is just it. That is why I am not encouraging to give somebody big money from super chat, because the money before you go to that person, the money has been cut. Then you will be looser on what you are looking for. That is why I give my WhatsApp number that I used to do this program out. There is a sister who just, what she does, so you just send me the money. It doesn't mean I'm adding her on the group. And anybody I want, I will first ask you, do I add you? I will send the message, do I add you on the group? So you can be able to see like what we are doing right now. So someone can read it by himself. Thank you so much for your understanding. Let us continue. Now we are going into the level of the military commanders who refuse to shift, to understand that the world has shifted from armed struggle, from military background, or from military battle to have a new nation into a sick nation. Now, the triple general, Ibe Butozo, my brother, I mean no harm, I mean no insult. Can you be inside the bush and sign to the UN? Can you be inside the bush and sign to EU? Can you be inside the bush and sign a signature to AU? Then those that are those that are supporting you, can they go and sign? And on which document are they going to use to sign? On which document are they going to use to sign the signature? That is what the word said, that let's look at why that signature is the ultimate weapon, that the signature is what? The ultimate weapon for a new country to become a sovereign nation. That is why those who went to Finland that turned against this government, their signature has already been pending. Their signature is there. And that is what our government is they are submitting everywhere, to see that number that signs that they want USB as a country. And also to see through our self-referendum. These are what the world values at this 21st century. It's no longer what we want. It's no longer how we want to do it. No. And in this 21st century, the world did not value that the most important thing for you to become a new nation is military. 1 minute. So the world are no longer taking military. That's what they said. We have shifted from military power, from military battle, from military regime, that we ended it up in 20th century. That in this 21st century, that we believe in the peaceful declaration or rare declaration. That is what the world believe on it. So now that they said, remember what of Simon and Joko? It comes to my mind right now when he said that after our rare declaration, that if you're expecting him to throw 1 bullet out that you are wasting your time. My people, is it not true? That simply means Obatopians understand this new law of 21st century. That is why he said that after our declaration, that if you're expecting him, Simon Ebanjoko, the prime minister, to give order for one bullet to throw even in Nigeria, that you cannot see it anymore. And who are those that are maintaining this particular area? Biafra military. Is what? Is the what? The Biafra military. Is the order coming from the United States of Biafra is the only way to let the world understand that we accepted the 21st century laws from the UN, EU, and the AU. Let me tell you, if anybody is telling you that we will become a sovereign nation without EU, without AU, without UN, we are deceiving ourselves. They are the one in charge. Yes, we all know that they are corrupt. No second, there is no two ways about it. But one thing is that a destiny can be delayed, but it can never be denied. Peaceful declaration can never be denied, but a military regime can be denied. And it has already been denied in this 21st century. Because in the first 5 of the criteria of a new law, military fall in the 5th position. Military falls where? In the 5th position. They are not in the first 4 of a new country. 1, 2, 3, 4, they are not there. But on the 5th is where you find them. That is why they told us here that the most important thing that they said that declaration of a new nation peacefully is important than gun and military. That is the law of 21st century. So let us remove this our thinking. Let us remove that's our hiding shoulders and pompous in us and face reality. Your problem is it because of that a woman declares as a country? And I ask you, what of those countries that woman declared and today they are a nation? And also, do you also know that in the history of freedom fighting for a new nation, that no woman that declares a country that was arrested, no woman that declares what? Hold on, this is my history book. Want to give you the names of a woman declares. A country like Brazil, 1822, September 2nd, was declared by a woman. A country like Israel, that all of us are happy to be hearing the mention about Biafra, was declared by a woman on May 14, 1848. Brazil, 1822. Sorry, Israel, 1948. Israel, 1948. Do you know that in Africa, the Congo you are hearing today was declared by a woman, 1960. It was being declared by a woman. Yes, thank you so much for that, your comment. Thank you for that. Do you also know that Ghana, Chinenye, yes, your message is, that is exactly what YouTube is doing. Do you also know that a woman was declared that Ghana was being declared by a woman? Ghana is not a country today. That one that declared it, was she arrested? The answer is no. What of South Africa? Do you know that a woman leads the apartheid regime until Nelson Mandela comes out in 1963? A woman. What of Brazzaville? Sorry, what of Belarus? 2020 Belarus that stepped outside from Russia was being declared by a woman. The question: this woman is in prison? The answer is no. What of Madagascar? What of Madagascar that was being declared by a woman? What of this present Namibia today that a woman declares it in 1962 to 1990? What of Sao Tome and Principe? Do you also know that the first declaration of India, that India was declared 2 times. First one happened 1907, a woman. What of Algeria in Africa here? Algeria was being declared by a woman. The question, this how many women? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These 11 women on these countries, none of them was arrested, put in prison. They said that when a man is leading a movement of a new country, that woman, that they see the woman as they see the man as someone who is in a battlefield, it's very easy to arrest him. But it comes to a woman, that the world always afraid of the actions of woman. So if what is getting you angry, or why you never as a man you refuse, you don't want to take control, you don't want to take order from a woman. Today, the chief of staff of America, who is in charge of the military of America, is a woman. What of UK, British? A woman is in charge today as the chief of staff. If a chief of staff can be the one giving order to the entire military, what is your problem? Your problem or my problem should be a black man brain. That ego that we are man, that we don't take instruction from a woman. No. When it's come to this movement that we are into, the world are not seeing God as a woman. They see her as a man. In police force, you see a lady as a man. You greet a lady, moinsa. In military, you greet a woman, moinsa. In military. So what is our problem really? Then I begin to ask you, do you really want Biafra as a country? Or you think that Biafra should be the business that you are doing? Yes, Mommy Margaret. What of Anna Ebuasra? Thank you so much. We stand on that our real declaration that took place 29th November 2024. We stand there forever. The word said that when a military continue fighting after the declaration of a new country, they will see them as those that want to destabilize the new country. When they refuse to take order or to accept the real declaration of this 21st century. Let's continue. I want you to hear when the law called about that a declaration of a new nation is a soft way that allows the countries to actually function in a global world. Listen to this. Listen to this.
In the 21st century, the rules of the game for power have shifted from conquest to connectivity. While a military can capture a city, only a peaceful declaration can plug that city into the global power grid.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? In the 21st century, the rules of the game for power have shifted from conquest to creativity. USB is creativity. The new law, the new UN, EU, AU, 21st century's law. That the power has shifted. It's no longer when only through the conquest of we capture this country, we conquer them. It's when it gives you a new nation. They said no. Now we have shifted away from that. We shifted to what? To creativity. While a military force can capture city, it's okay in the old. Now in the new, only peaceful declaration can plug that city into the global power. Only through our real declaration is what will power Biafra as a country into the world power, not by gun, not by military.
Here is why a peaceful declaration is the superior weapon in the modern era.
Are you hearing it? Here is why a peaceful declaration is the superior weapon in the modern era. In this 21st century, the highest weapon is peaceful declaration is the superior weapon, not gun and bullet, not military. It's no longer the military, but it's become what? What happened on November the 29th, 2004 in Helsinki, Latvia, Finland. What happened? The re-declaration of United States of Biafra. That is what they said. It is a peaceful declaration is the highest superior weapon in this modern era, in this 21st century. Only peaceful declaration. Only that. Yes, November the 2024. The 29th of November the 2024 is the only what? Superior weapon we have. Men on ground is not the superior weapon anymore. You had it here that they have shifted from men on ground, military, to what? To a peaceful declaration that is the most powerful, the most superior weapon.
One, the off switch for global finance. In the 1800s, if you seized a gold mine with an army, you were rich. In 2026, if you seize a central bank with an army, the world simply turns off the computers. The reality, without a peaceful declaration that is accepted by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank, your country's currency becomes worthless paper. The goal, a peaceful declaration allows you to inherit the nation's digital wealth, its bank accounts, credit lines, and trade agreements, which no tank can ever capture. 2. The terrorist versus statesman filter. After the 9/11 era, the international community created a massive legal architecture to crush non-state armed groups.
Are you hearing it? Remember when we said that what will happen, they said, what will happen to a military commanders that refuse to accept peaceful declaration? This 21st century. That is where we are now. Now, we want to explain what will happen to them. Not we, because we didn't mean harm to anybody. But the law might harm the such triple generals or that's commanders that want to refuse to accept our declaration. My brother Butozo, my brother Gentle the Yahoo and his men, please adhere to the instructions of the new law. Adhere to the ask on questions. If there is new 21st century laws that even that will protect you. And what will protect you? The only that will protect all of you against this sanction, against this, is staying under the peaceful declaration of the United States of Biafra that happened November 29, 2024. That is the only option that will save all of us. There is, see, beating around the bush or because of, see, if you are seeing this time, seeing Biafra movement as usual, as a normal business, it's no longer business as usual. Those that want to give us Biafra as a country has emerged. They emerged through Simon Ekpa and the re-declaration of the United States of Biafra. These are men and ladies and women. They are all men, they're no longer a woman. Because in the eyes of the law, a woman that declares a nation is not a woman. You greet that woman, good morning, sir. Or good morning, man. The same thing in the you that believe in military. The criteria or existing order, command and control of military is what? That a woman on a highest position, even on the lower position, once you wear police uniform, once you wear army uniform or any force, you become sir. If you can accept that word from international global community as the existing protocol that controls military, why can't you accept the new law that is a soft way for us to have Biafra as a country? We continue. After the 29th and 11th era, the international community created a massive legal architecture to crush non-state armed group. They said that they are going to crush them. Once you rejected the 21st century law that controls every country that are seeking for international recognition. Because the only thing that you must understand, accept is this. Declaration, if there is no declaration, no nation, no recognition. No peaceful declaration, no nation, and no recognition. A peaceful declaration give birth to a new nation. A new nation give birth to diplomatic and recognition. This is how the world put it on their line, on their history, or of their law. For you to meet this criteria, then the UN or EU will automatically look for you. And they called you, once you are going through this way, they said you are a new nation in waiting. Why that they said that they are going to crush any old liberation military that refused to adhere to the instruction of the new law of what precisely? Of becoming a country. That they did not allow anything else again to happen. Listen to this.
The trap. If you rely only on military force, you are categorized as an armed opposition group or insurgency. This allows foreign powers to legally drone strike your leaders or freeze your family's bank accounts.
Are you hearing it? Take this area. It's very important. That the world set a trap. If you rely only on a military force, you are what? That they will put you on armed opposition group. They will call you insurgency. This is 21st century law, not Ngozi Arabeze. Yes, the Biafra said it. Sorry, the barrister on when we are on joint brokers with Kai. Yes, which is true. That is what law is all about. That is exactly what the law is all about. And also, please, Chigozie, Amadi Chigo, thanks so much for that, for reminding us. Remember the code. I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. Yes, women barristers are called what? Gentlemen. This is how it goes. That is why Biafra will liberate our brain. Biafra will bring rethinking into our life, and we are going to be rehabilitated back again. Honestly. Because if not for Biafra, I don't know all the things I am reading. I don't even make research. I don't know there is where somebody can there is where you can research and find what is bothering you. And the answer will be answered peacefully. Please, Biafrans, I urge you to like and share the program, please. This is maximum 1 hour, 10 minutes, only 20 likes. If you just join us, please hit the like button. Why your like is important that once you like a program, you have sent that notification to another person who is on your contact to watch this program, please. My people. I know I am fighting for my Biafra. I'm educating myself, if you may see it in that way, but help me to share the program. And there is one thing about once you like a program, it also reminds that I have watched this program. So you won't go back to it, unless you want to go back because you want to pick a point out. I know even though my program is not worth picking a point out, I urge you to please. No matter how small it is. I just want you, because what does not make a point to you might make a point to another person. But once you are here now watching me, please like and share. Or anytime you want to watch the program, please endeavor to share the program. The one said that they set what? A trap. If after declaration, if military commanders refuse to abide by the law that guides the 21st century of peaceful declaration, they said, allow foreign power to legally don't strike on you and detain your leader, and they will crush you out. And they will crush the military out. This is the 21st century existing protocol from 2001 to 2026. How many years? This law has been there before we make our declaration. And that is the law that they're going to use to judge any of us. Remember, on all the law that has already been there is what used to judge our people. These are truths that we almost know, my people. Listen.
Shield, a peaceful declaration, rebrands the movement. It provides a legal shield that makes it diplomatically expensive for other countries to attack you. You move from being a target to being a negotiating partner.
Are you hearing this particular area? The shield. A peaceful declaration rebrand the movement. It provides a legal shield that makes it diplomatic expensive for other countries to attack you. See, after declaration of the USB, the attack on us from the outside countries reduced. The only attack we are having is an internal attack. Do you understand? But you can see it's a pure truth. If you can see this, that this is pure truth, the attack from other countries has reduced. The only attack we're having right now is what? Our own internal attack is what we are facing through today. Is it not true? The level that Israel is discussing about Biafra now, is it the level that they're discussing about it before? Do you check the South Africa summit that they told Nigeria that the Biafra matter is no longer internal affair of Nigeria, that it becomes African matter? Do you check at the Burkina Faso, where you see USB representative foreign affairs going into diplomatic movement? And in that summit, in that at Burkina Faso, they discuss about Biafra. Ask yourself, what gives them the power? What gives them the power for them to discuss about Biafra? Is because of the peaceful declaration that we met on November 29, 2024 in Finland. That is what gives them power to do that. Because the declaration is what power other nations to intervene into your matter, proving that this is no longer internal affair. But without declaration, it remains internal affair. With declaration, it becomes external affair. Now, what triggers it to become external? Is it not the best one or best way? Now that we are listening to the UN, EU, AU, their new 21st century law to have a new country. Now, on this their law, if you may want to know, or if I may ask you, is it not the best way that saves our life from arresting, killing, tagging people named like IPOB organization, terrorist group? And they said, without declaration or after declaration, if a military continues carrying arms anyhow, issuing orders, that the world sees them as insurgency, terrorist group. We are not calling any military terrorist group, but we are analyzing what the law is all about. We are bringing out what is holding us in all this while, that we are never achieved Biafra as a country. Now that we have a road, now that we have a map, now that we have those that understand this 21st century law, is it not better that we give them a full support for them to move on and get us Biafra as a country? Now, remember, diplomatic expensive for other countries to attack. You move from being a target to being a negotiator partner. After declaration, the world start what? Negotiation. After that, the world start negotiation. They said you will become a negotiating partner after a peaceful declaration. Now, among all people, fake fallback bridge, BGC, IPOB, MASOB, which among them make declaration, the peaceful declaration? Did IPOB make declaration? Did the fallback make declaration? Did the BGC make declaration? Did the MASOB make declaration? The answer is no. It's only United States of Biafra that use organization called Bridge to declare United States of Biafra. Yes, mommy, we are going home because of the peaceful declaration that provides a new nation that are seeking for recognition. And this is how it is. And these are the criteria of what the world put to us in our front. Now, when you are doing something that there is a road, let me give you an example. You are traveling and there is expressway with your own private car to travel. When you have your own car, then instead of you to enter the express, you want to enter galloping road. One, you might reach where you are going in a hard way, but what of the time delay? What of the time that was being delayed? You see two things, the three things. You will got where you are going late. One, the car might spoil. And what? You will be tired on your own and feel very tired. Now you have express that the journey might take you 5 hours and you have a bad road with traffic blockage that will take you 15 hours. Which one are you going to follow? It's not to follow the direct express that things are easy for you to go. Real declaration of the United States of Biafra is the what? That is pure easy access for us to achieve Biafra as a country. No other way at all. The soft way, real declaration.
The need for human capital. Modern states don't run on farmers and soldiers alone. They run on engineers, doctors, and tech workers. Military force causes brain drain. The smartest people flee the country when they see men with guns.
There is something I want you to pick from here. In the modern state, meaning that a new country cannot run alone by what? Military. They need engineers, they need doctors, they need teachers and workers. That is what you and I are representing today. Now, military force causes brain drain. Military force causes brain drain. The smart people flee the country when they see men with gun. Now, go to North. People, are they not running away from their country, from their state, sorry, because of the people that carry gun around? They did what? They all run away. They call them what? The smart people. Look at the comparison they give to. Look at the example. You that are inside bush showing gun. Is it what Donald Trump believe on? Is it what Netanyahu believe on? What are their beliefs and how are they seeing you should be the question that you may ask yourself. That is a pure legit question that you may ask yourself in this 21st century that we are into. Listen.
Peaceful declarations create brain gain. It's sick.
Take it. Peaceful declaration creates brain gain. Why a military force causes brain drain? Now, among these two, which one do you want? Is it the one that we drain your brain down, or the one that will be a gain to your brain? Which one? I want the second option. The one that we allow my brain to work, like what we are doing on social media today.
Signals to the diaspora and the professional class that it is safe to come home and build the country. You cannot run a 21st century state with only loyal comrades. You need capable experts. 4. The sovereignty versus occupation debate. In the 21st century, the UN Charter and the African Union (AU) are obsessed with territorial integrity. If you take power by force, the world calls it a coup or an illegal occupation. They will sanction you until you leave.
Now, this is where the main deal is. The sovereignty versus occupation debate. Now let us debate about it. What are the things that the world is debating in this 21st century? In the 21st century, the UN Charter and the African Union (AU) are observed with territorial integrity. If you take power by force, the world call it a coup or an illegal occupation. They will sanction you until you leave. They will frustrate you. They will put sanction. They will put restriction until you denounce that new country. That's what they said. Do not take it by force. Let's continue.
If you take power through a peaceful declaration and a negotiated transition, the world calls it self-determination. They will send you aid to help you stay. 5.
Are you hearing it?
Social
Remember,
media.
the same word that will sanction you, frustrate you, restriction you until you denounce the new country. And it said, if you take power through peaceful declaration and the negotiating transition, the world will call it self-determination. You and your military. They will send you aid to help you to stay as a country. Now, between this military that the world will not help us, and between peaceful declaration that the world will help us, tell me on the comment section, which one do you prefer? Which one do you choose? Because I myself, I choose, if take power through peaceful declaration and negotiated transition, the world call it self-determination. They will send you aid to help you to stay. I choose to peaceful declaration. Gentle, Butozo, and those that are against government, and those that the government bring in to build some military, and they walk away and threaten some men. Please, why can't you take this? We deserve to take this peaceful way. We deserve to take this way. Peaceful declaration, negotiate to transition. The world call it self-determination. They will send you a support you to stay as a country. But here they said, if take power by force, the world call it a coup or an illegal occupation. They will sanction you until you leave, until you no longer becomes a country. Number 5.
And the court of public opinion. We live in the era of the smartphone. Military force produces images of suffering, blood, and broken buildings. These images go viral and turn the global public against you.
Are you hearing it? What can military present to you as a video? Now check what is going on also. What is the video? Is it a good video? And here they said, in number 5, we live in the era of the smartphone, which is true. Military force produce images of suffering, blood, and the broken buildings. This image go viral and turn the global public against you. When all this when all these burning houses and markets are going on, all these burning houses, rooms, and our people running away from their ancestral home, the world will call it what? The world will call it what? If you are following, I want to know who those are following me. The world will call it what? The world will turn against you and call it what? Rebel, insurgency. We move.
Peaceful declaration produces images of handshakes.
Not now.
It's soft power, which pressures foreign politicians to support your cause because their own voters want them to.
Are you hearing it? A peaceful declaration produces images like shaking handshake, a peaceful declaration produce image of what? Handshake, flag, and hope. Now remember, military force produce suffering, blood, and broken buildings. This image goes viral. It turns global public against you. When the global community sees such a thing, they will turn against you. A peaceful declaration produces images of handshake, flag, and hope. This creates a soft power that equates what? A soft power which pressure foreign political to support case because their own vote wants them to stay. Remember, it creates what? Soft power on you. The world will come to help you. It has made 2 times. In these 2 times of help, they said we will never help those that are the military force, but those on the peaceful declaration. Now, what is the example? The example is between red and white Finland. The white make peaceful declaration. The red use military force. When the world come to help, the world will help the peaceful declaration to destroy and capture, conquer the those that did not believe in the declaration, those believe in armed struggle. Simple in that way. The world will help the peaceful declaration turn against the armed struggle. My people, the world, even at that time, it's still in the old. Maybe it's after that the world will think of rewriting some wrong that they did in the past. This is how it goes. Now let's continue.
The power of the tool. The military tool, hard power. The peaceful declaration, soft power.
Are you hearing it? The military tool, hard power. The peaceful declaration, soft power. The world wants what? Soft power. And this soft power comes through who? Through the peaceful declaration. Remember, we come again into the 20th century and the 21st century, the old and the new. Now, on the new, listen.
Can stop an enemy, can start an economy, destroys the old regime, builds the new state.
Are you hearing it? Through a military, you destroy the old regime, including you. But through the peaceful declaration, you build a new state.
Commands through fear, commands through consent, result, temporary control, result, permanent recognition.
You see how they view the military? They say that the military is temporary control, but the declaration result is a permanent recognition through a soft way. Listen.
The bottom line for the 21st century, military force is like a hammer. It is great for breaking things down, but you cannot build a microchip or a trade deal with a hammer. A peaceful declaration is the software that allows the country to actually function in a globalized world.
Are you hearing it? The peaceful declaration, a software that leads into global world. Now, the bottom line for this 21st century, military force is like a hammer. Hammer, is it good? Military force is like a hammer. It grants for a break things done. It's going to be things used to break things. Now, but you cannot build a micro shop or a trade deal with a hammer. A peaceful declaration is the software that allows the countries to actually function in a global world. Now, if a peaceful declaration is a soft way that makes us to have our new nation functioning, are we not supposed to embrace that? Are we not supposed to take it? It's not the best option for us. That even the world give us a best option on how to go. Look at, they compare these two words for you to understand. They compare issue of the peaceful declaration and the military force. Is it not what we are battling today? Our internal conflict is military. and the declaration of the unity of Biafra is not true. Those in the land of military are claiming what they are claiming, and that is why I am bringing this to you to rethink and come back to your normal senses, if you may. Our people must reason the way that moves things forward. We should stop reasoning backward. We should stop reasoning like the way the world are seeing us and what they're thinking about us.
Final thought. In the 21st century, the most powerful man in the room is no longer the one with the biggest gun. It's the one who can get his signature recognized by the UN Secretary General.
Are you hearing it? Final thought. In 21st century, the most powerful man in the room is no longer the one with the biggest gun. It is the one who can get the signature recognized by the UN Secretary General. I don't know, can he do that? Chiamaka Jere. Then Gentoo and Butuzo are they going to be inside bush and signed to UN? Well, let us tell ourselves truth. Let us tell ourselves this gospel truth that will save all of us. It's very important that you understand where we are. That is only our real declaration is the soft, peaceful declaration, a soft way to achieve a new nation. That should be one of the comments I have to see. Peaceful declaration, the soft way to have a new nation in this 21st century.
Would you like me to explain how sanctions are used today to punish military groups that refuse to sign peaceful declarations?
Now, I'm going to allow you to play from the beginning to the end before we move into next section.
In the 21st century, the rules of the game for power have shifted from conquest to connectivity. While a military can capture a city, only a peaceful declaration can plug that city into the global power grid. Here is why a peaceful declaration is the superior weapon in the modern era. 1. The off switch for global finance. In the 1800s, if you seized a gold mine with an army, you were rich. In 2026, if you seize a central bank with an army, the world simply turns off the computers. The reality, without a peaceful declaration that is accepted by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank, your country's currency becomes worthless paper. The goal, a peaceful declaration allows you to inherit the nation's digital wealth, its bank accounts, credit lines, and trade agreements, which no tank can ever capture. 2. The terrorist versus statesman filter. After the 9/11 era, the international community created a massive legal architecture to crush non-state armed groups. The trap. If you rely only on military force, you are categorized as an armed opposition group or insurgency. This allows foreign powers to legally drone strike your leaders or freeze your family's bank accounts. The shield, a peaceful declaration, rebrands the movement. It provides a legal shield but makes it diplomatically expensive for other countries to attack you. You move from being a target to being a negotiating partner. 3. The need for human capital. Modern states don't run on farmers and soldiers alone. They run on engineers, doctors, and tech workers. Military force causes brain drain. The smartest people flee the country when they see men with guns. Peaceful declarations create brain gain. It signals to the diaspora and the professional class that it is safe to come home and build the country. You cannot run a 21st century state with only loyal comrades. You need capable experts. 4. The sovereignty versus occupation debate. In the 21st century, the UN Charter and the African Union, AU, are obsessed with territorial integrity. If you take power by force, the world calls it a coup or an illegal occupation. They sanction you until you leave. If you take power through a peaceful declaration and a negotiated transition, the world calls it self-determination. They will send you aid to help you stay. 5. Social media and the court of public opinion. We live in the era of the smartphone. Military force produces images of suffering, blood, and broken buildings. These images go viral and turn the global public against you. A peaceful declaration produces images of handshakes, flags, and hope. This generates soft power, which pressures foreign politicians to support your cause because their own voters want them to. Comparison. The power of the tool. The military tool, hard power. The peaceful declaration, soft power. Can stop an enemy. Can start an economy. Destroys the old regime. builds the new state. Commands through fear. Commands through consent. Result, temporary control. Result, permanent recognition. The bottom line for the 21st century, military force is like a hammer. It is great for breaking things down. But you cannot build a microchip or a trade deal with a hammer. A peaceful declaration is the software that allows the country to actually function in a globalized world. Final thought. In the 21st century, the most powerful man in the room is no longer the one with the biggest gun. It's the one who can get his signature recognized by the UN Secretary General. Would you like me to explain how sanctions are used today to punish military groups that refuse to sign peaceful declarations?
I hope you are listening. And I hope you are following. You have heard it about what it takes in this 21st century. And as we are moving forward on second session, I think I may allow call, if anyone want to call us on this particular session, plus 9733605137. Please, if you call me, just go on and say all you have to say, because we are hearing you. My voice might be low, depending on something that I connected that is make it low until I raise the voice. So whatever you are saying, our people will hear it loud and clear. That is the real truth. So if anyone wants to call, the number to call remains plus 9733605137. That is the number to call. So now, as you have listened to this, and now bring the viral video of our brother Gentle with those that decide to go on their platform too. If you're listening to this and those that are championing that the only way is military, because our people like Nkafro Nanya, to see to believe. Our people like Woto Woto. And they think that through that Woto Woto is the only way they will get money from you. That is why they are bringing them to you. But now, because of the money they are making, they could not ask a question. What is the rule of what is the protocol? What is the existing criteria? What is the law of the new 21st century for us to achieve a new nation? Because if they can be able to find it out by themselves, they will not be championing military. Military is in number 5th position, said that the new country will have a military on ground. That's after their declaration. How come? Ijele, please, 1 minute. Let me disconnect from, because I don't know. Let me try it and see. Yeah. So Ijele, please, let me disconnect something from here. 1 minute, people. Please, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Mama. Sorry, I am returning the phone call. Let me see if she's still there. Okay, let's wait for the call back. So let us continue. Yes, based on what we are discussing today on the issue of, we are battling for only two things, no matter whatever happens. What we are battling is our misunderstanding between the declaration, what the declaration of UAB stand, and what military stand. And in all this, the 21st century law gather all these things, put them together. The 21st century law merge military, real declaration. Now, the highest weapon or the superior weapon among these two, the first one is declaration. They call it what? Peaceful declaration. It's what the world will take as one of their number one priority. Remember that. Now, if the world was be able to take peaceful declaration as their number one priority in this 21st century, we as people of Biafra, we're supposed to take the same thing as the first priority, because they said that they love the person that will use signature, that the signature supersede gun and bullet. And they make an example. They said the biggest man in the room is no longer the one who stands with gun or arms. Rather, it is the one who stands on the legal aspect in the room is the biggest man. So now, do you see why our real declaration is the biggest thing that has ever happened to us? Our real declaration is the biggest thing in this world that has ever happened to us. That is why we don't have to play with our real declaration. Military comes last. Because of what? If it is in the 20th centuries, military first. Military must conquer Nigeria before we become a nation. But in this 21st century, it's no longer the military first. The world had changed. They said, we have moved out. Yes, hold on, we have a caller. Hello, Jelewan.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah, sorry, good morning. Thank you, sir. I wish you the best. Thank you, sorry. Sorry for that missing call. We are trying to reconnect to the call and it knocked me out, but I think I'll be able to connect immediately.
And I thought as much that somebody was there. So, Biafra, second on the comment section. Happy Sunday to us all. Actually, my submission, I just want to keep it around that final statement. In 21st century, the best way to have a new nation. Oh no, it's considered a new nation is not considered by the one who has the powerful man. Guys, I just want to hit my comments on around that particular statement.
Okay. Eba, yes,
the best way to know a powerful man.
No, let me read it out for you. Ossie, final thought. In the 21st century, the most powerful man in the room is no longer the one with the biggest gun. It is the one who can gain his signature recognized by the UN Secretary General.
That is Magam. This one is just in a nutshell. This is it in a nutshell. In this 21st century now that they have amended all the laws, international law.
Yeah.
This is where it lies. It's no longer it's no longer considered. It's no longer about the one with the highest.
The biggest gun. The biggest gun.
The biggest.
Yes.
Or the most quality, or whichever.
Yes.
It's no longer about that. It's about simple pen and paper.
Yeah.
Logic, simple pen and paper. Now listen to this, friends, and my brothers who are fighting in homeland, especially this particular message. I don't know why I see it as it is made for you, directed to men on uniform, fighting in homeland. If they can come across this video, is very, 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 very important. Very, very important. So that, like now, when you buy a new thing, there is a way to install it, or a way to, because everything in Azure in this world are in pieces. Let's say a gadget. What are there in pieces?
Yes.
Because when you go home, it's you that will assemble it. And before you assemble it, you have to go through the manual. You understand?
Yes.
You go through the manual of that gadget issue. There are in a box. You unfold it. You read the manual. You go the manual. That manual now here. My brothers, that are on ground, you cannot research the manual, but somebody have already done that. The manual. We are now reading the manual with Chino here. So, in that gadget is the if you don't maybe assemble, if any lot, that thing can never fix until you get that lot to the right place. If you take another lot to put it sits in a place where it's not supposed, it's not meant for that lot, it's not going to work. This is how this particular thing is. I'm seeing it. If you continue or insisting that it must be that right, you are not getting it right, and you are not going to get that attention of Netanyahu or Donald Trump. I see my people always, my brothers always coming out making good speeches, but when you and tagging calling Netanyahu and Donald Trump and the leaders of
leaders of thought.
You can call it call anybody. But if you are still doing that thing that is not right, how, even when they come to, before they answer you now, they will check your activities. Of course. They will check on your activities. And when they see all that you are doing is against what the international laws, how would they even come to your rescue or come to answer or respond to you? So this is how it goes. We must follow the process. Just like 67 to 1970 was declared. Now we redeclare. Okay. We have taken that boat step, that first step.
Yes.
That pen and paper step. Okay, so it's high time we now go through the manual. I'm talking about my brother in hometown. Go through that manual. What is next? So you going to do your own in your own way. Is that how the manual? Is that what you read from the manual? Is that how the manual instructed you to fix that thing or to get it done? So I was really follow one
and somehow
being stubborn.
And let me chip something in for you.
Unnecessarily. And we're unnecessary stubbornness.
Yes.
Being stubborn unnecessarily. Here, that you are not getting it done. You still insist on it when you know that that thing is killing you. It's not giving you results. And you insist because why? A job as the weak person or as what? Ego. Here. Like the barrister we listened to in Kai television said it. Oh, a barrister. I have a law. I have a law. You know, he said it that even women in their bar association, they refer everybody as and just men on skirts. Women are referred to gentlemen on skirts.
On skirts, yes.
A woman judge is my lord.
Yes.
You see? So I don't know, because it's simple, all this type of thing, but I will now talk to Gentle direct, because Gentle, I have had Gentle so many times calling Dr. Ngozi Orabeze CKMA peace. Now, to people that are still seeing Dr. Ngozi Orabeze as the agent of whatever, if these men on ground are seeing her as that agent, why are they calling for peace, mentioning Dr. Ngozi Orabeze's name, Adot, and the rest of you? You know, so the thing now is, what is stopping the person that wants peace with Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, who is leading the USB? Who is leading the USB? Whether you like it or not, she is the leader. No other one.
No
other one. So, no other one. She is just that leader we have now. Okay? So if you call her for peace, is the leader going to bow? I mean, let me not use bow, because that bow sounds harsh to some people most times. Is the leader going to take instruction from you, or you taking instruction from the leader? So solve this problem by yourself. How can a leader take instruction from you? Or what you can do is to go to the leader, table your worries, your concern. Then the leader will go in with the cabinet, discuss it, and then come up with a decision. This is how it works, not the other way around. But what we see today is our men on ground trying to position themselves as the leader of Biafra, USB. It's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way. So what I see here is people trying to show that they are the power. Now, the UN chapter, the document my brother read here today says that the most powerful man in this 21st century, as far as this freedom fighting is concerned, is no more rated by that man who has the biggest or the most quality sophisticated gun, but rather it's about pen and paper signature from the United States of UN, Abi?
Yes. Yes.
United Nations.
United Nations.
I think that few words, the last few words, settles it. If truly that you on ground are looking for Biafra, this last statement settles everything. Biggest gun is no more used.
Let me read something out for you.
Start recognizing you. Rather, peaceful dialogue, peaceful using pen and paper.
Ijele, let me read here out. I want you to analyze here. This number 4, the sovereignty debate. In 21st century, the UN Charter and the African Union, AU, are observed with territorial integrity. If you take power by force, the world will call it a coup or illegal occupation. They will sanction you until you no longer exist. If you take power through peaceful declaration and the negotiation transition, the world will call it self-determination. They will send aid to you and help you to stay as a nation. Now,
You see,
so look at this place.
this one even explained itself. This one explained itself. You understand?
Yeah.
This one explained itself. This is why this, if you ask me, this has been the reason why no country has been talking about this Biafra. Even when Israel, as a matter of fact, Israel is supposed to be talking about Biafra. But all this while, they kept mute.
Because there is no peaceful declaration. Because there is no peaceful declaration.
You see, because there is no, you see, all these, yes, we use it to create awareness, but it's not the cocoa.
Yes.
It's not what will give us recognition. All this while, you can see now that let's say that time, 2020, apart from the first 20th century guy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So let's say from that time till 2020, maybe we create awareness because we cannot in line with the law.
Yes.
You know, but this time around, the law has changed. All this law at the origin that is very flexible. They can amend, change anytime. Now, the law, thank God, now we will keep research and we will all this so that we will not make mistakes. This is like manual. When you buy something, you must read the manual before you try to.
And also, there is things you will buy. Ijele, remember this word. There is things you will buy. Through even reading the manual, you can't fix. You have to employ somebody who will fix it for you. That is what happened in this movement. Those that can fix this manual has come to do this movement of Biafra. Because you don't have to. The expert has come. Yes. I think that
people be competent.
Yeah, I think that a new country does not need only military force. Rather, they need experts, doctors, lawyers, and teachers to do the work for them. Military force causes brain drain. The smart people flee the country when they see men with gun. Peaceful declaration creates a brain gain and brain smart. It signs to those that in the diaspora and the professional class that itself can be controlled in the homeland through declaration of peaceful movement leads to international recognition in this 21st century. What else do we want?
Exactly. Experts. So, it's even the right thing to do. It's not time of no people.
Yes.
This is time right now. Experts, doctors, researchers. If you go now, that's the time because now all the head to head, head to head, kind of the opposite. Anybody can whether him or whether I'm telling him of you understand? But now he has to only be logical. People who are literate, not illiterate. People who can reason very well out of the box. Not people like Otimpu Adadot. People like if you go 247.
I don't know who.
It's not what we want now.
Yes.
Regardless, if you know what is right, no matter how it will look like, we need to offend you or we need to go against your own personal interest. Doesn't matter. What matters is it the right thing to do, so long as this international law, 21st century, is concerned. That is the way out. Forward. You see? So my dear children, they are what I do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This program, hey,
Thank
I
you.
wish many people will be listening to this. I wish.
Thank you so much. We move because of our time. We are not going to stop what we are doing because it's only on this we can liberate ourselves. My people of Biafra, the game has changed. The world has shifted from woto to a diplomatic and legal aspect of it. That is where the world has changed. Now that the world has changed on, we have a caller. We have a caller. Triple M. Good afternoon from here.
Yes, my brother. Happy Sunday to you, brother.
I wish you the best. I wish you the best. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the good work, brother.
Thank you. Go on. We are hearing you. Go on. You are coming out loud and clear.
Brother, honestly, you are doing marvelously. And it is time. It is time. This is the right time. And God brings you out for the right time to do the needful. As they say, everything has its time and season. This is the time. So sometimes I will hear you, don't know why God brought you at this time. God really know what He's doing, because God has already said it, that this our movement is a movement of Chukwukabiam, and nothing will stop it, as a prophesy and promise our leader that Biafra will surely come. Biafra will come. Nothing, no power on this earth will stop it. Thank you. Honestly, your program have liberated so many people, and is an eye-opener to each and every one of us, and even you that is doing it, because there are so many things that you're finding here now that onset past years you don't know about it, but now you come to see and know about it.
Exactly.
Now let me bring it down, because I know we have a limited time to enable you go into other things.
Yeah.
When I see all these people, jumping from pillar to pole, clamoring, we are here before, we are the people that have been doing it, and so on and so forth. They are not ashamed of themselves. That something you claim that you are into, the year in, year out, no good results, nothing to show up about it. Now let me shock them the more. Even those that usually fall back, and those that don't know their left from their right. The reason why the world began to talk about our Biafran cause today without fear or favor is this singular movement that we made on 29th of November 2024.
Bagam, that is the truth.
Outside that, check what has been happening. The ways you have been massacring our people, the ways you have been doing all manner of things, nobody is talking, because they see it as internal affair. The same propaganda British used to scuttle the declaration of our internal leader.
Yes.
That is what they are doing. And today you see them, they are jumping from pillar to pole, thinking that it's because of them that makes these people talking. No. Their own pattern then is a kind of awareness for what is happening today. But the one thing, the reason why the whole world is talking, even any country that comes out today to talk about Biafra, nobody will penalize them. It's because of that 29th. That we have made it international affair. It's no longer internal affair. That 29th November 2024. Thank God for our Prime Minister who made it possible. And all glory to our DPM, the Agunwai, the woman that took all the bullets and stand to say, if I perish, I perish. I saw the same spirit that this woman, Professor Professor Nena Oti in Niger State during the 2023 election that brought in Alex Oti. She said, I don't care what people do. I don't care what people say. I have received so many threats. I have received so many before the threats. I have received so many offers to rule, to announce on their favor. But I said the good thing must happen. If I perish, I perish. Let the good come to pass. That woman is the reason why Niger State is the way it is today. That is the same spirit. Our DPM took the bold step. All these criminals today, so how our leader how scared. They ran into their shells. Nobody agreed to go to Finland, but our DPM went ahead to go there before the time. If they would arrest her for alongside, let them do. Hey,
Ifere.
Hey,
Ifere.
Even this woman in Finland, in Israel, that is pushing for our recognition over there. When I hear people talking about recognition, and they are against United States of Biafra, I wonder what they are planning to be recognized. What exactly are they pushing to recognize outside the United States of Biafra?
Nothing.
Did IPOB initiated anything in integration?
No.
Did the MASOP initiated it? Did VOS initiated it? Then Briggy, that we know, which is the original Briggy that initiated it, has collapsed into United States of Biafra.
The Briggy that we use to declare Biafra.
Into Briggy.
Yes.
Yes. No, this is a history track where we started and where we are today. And when you hear them talk, I've been watching this. We are discussing for conviction. Okay, let me ask you, this criminal. You will say that Biafra has not been redeclared. When people began to bash you, you ran out of that place and said that it was redeclared on the 2nd. Can you prove it? Okay, Terry. Can you come to the public and prove to the world and the Biafrans at large that this is your evidence that Biafra was declared on the 2nd of December 2024? And people are still following these criminals. People are following them. I don't know why. All these things should be an eye-opener for those that are still jumping from pillar to pole. When we talk of recognition today, even that woman, the Rachel in question, whenever it is a time for Israeli to sign any memorandum of understanding with the Biafra, she is not a Biafra. She's a Biafran by marriage.
Yes.
She's not going to call IPOB. Who is IPOB?
And she has debunked. She has debunked that through.
You and I are the IPOB. It is the same people that bear that name IPOB. Nothing like IPOB organization. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, and we have made a redeclaration on 29th November 2024. We have our COS, who is the Deputy Prime Minister today, and have all our documents. When the message will come to her, okay, we want to sign a memorandum of understanding. Can we see the document that makes us to recognize this? She can't go there. She will call on USB. That is the cocoa. You can't be doing the same thing and expect different answer. For how long will these criminals continue to deceive themselves? At this 21st century, even we really thank God. In fact, I would have say, ebe Chineke no ihe niile kwere omume.
Yes,
kwere omume. Ebe Chineke no ihe niile kwere omume. Kwere omume. When they were buying us in Biafra land with flag, with peaceful, I must say that it is because of us that pushed them to make this law. Chukwuka use them on our behalf to change this law. Because back in the days in the zoo, we are only protesting with flag.
Exactly.
And they piles up like chicken. Nobody is talking. Had it been that period that when the Masin and the Kano knew the way. During that period, he gathered that crowd. Is enough to conduct self-referendum and be declared. By now, we would have been in our land.
Exactly.
But because what surrounded him are criminals, and they never allowed the well-meaning red people to come in. They keep blocking because of what they're getting. It's our PM Obatobie who came in and opened the door for red people to come in. Time of mediocres has gone. Time of mediocres in this freedom has gone. One day, I used to go to that Egypt to put up. We are heading home. If you don't have anything to offer, one corner, freedom fighting is not meant for everybody.
Yes, sir.
It does not meant for everybody. There are people that are born for this, which our leader prayed for. And those people are here today, and they are making things to happen. That story has changed. The story has changed. More, even what they saw, what they are seeing in social media is small. Is small to compare the heavy result that the USB had. I don't know if you get my point.
Very well.
What they are seeing in social media, they are jumping. I saw Shesamud and Co. Try and the BOS trying to claim the job of that woman, which that woman came and bashed them.
Yes.
No. That thing they are seeing there is small. It's even 1% to compare the achievement of USB. Madam Boderu, Yatiwa, Oga Horuru, Ogearuo,
Apamboshi get one by
force.
Yes, that is what it is.
The whole world will be shocked. You don't want to blow it because as no the person didn't me, the Jogorogo Ngaji.
That's so.
So USB are taking their time, doing their things. So that Zoo are morose. They only act based on what they saw. So it's whenever you say something, you see them running head scatter, trying to do something. Listen, for those that is still thinking that they fail to learn their lesson on 2023 election, coming out again, we are obedient, we will do this time around, we will not do this. Mind you, you prepared more in 2023 than now. Just have a look on the election they had in their so-called capital, their Abuja capital.
Yes.
Look at what happened there. Cancel the election. Look at what happened. That is just a preamble for those that still think that country still exists. I am sorry for them. As for me, I am a Biafran citizen, United States of Biafran citizen, full time with integrity and alacrity. Nothing will stop us. Biafra has come, and Biafra, we are going. United States of Biafra have come to stay.
Yes, sir.
No born of a woman will stop it.
Yes.
They can only cry, but their crying cannot change our movement. Their crying cannot change our going. They can only cry, and we buy a GP tank for them to pour in their tears.
Yeah, tears.
While we continue to move.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is well. Thank you so much, 3PM. Thank you. You and the Jelen I clap for two of you for that wonderful submission. Thank you so much. We have a 1 missed call, and we are going to turn the call as usual. Please, if you call me, go on with what you said, because there's a connection that I never get very well. That is, sometimes my voice might be low on your side. I want to know that Biafrans, your voice is loud and clear. Go on. Yes, so Nwadangozi, Nekuada, you are welcome. Nekuada, you are welcome. Happy Sunday. Yes, so.
Triple M.
Yes, so.
Asiatina.
Yes, so.
Nwanne m ụmụ Biafra na comment section. Ụtụtụ ọma ndị ga-anụ ya leta ụtụtụ ọma nụ. Jisi n'ike. Chino,
yes,
nna akpọ nka nkele because ihe niile na-akọwa since ahụ asatị na efinish nene ya na nwanne m nwoke bụ triple M. Ha sị onye nwere ntụ ya nụrụ, onye nwe ntị ya nụna. You know, triple M ekwuchana ihe ọ ya ekwu and asị and gị nwa akọwakwana na ya asị our teacher, our professor Mo Biafra nna ịma na ọ dị m egwu ka anyị nọ ọ gị nwa bụ gọvanọ anyị n'ihu nna m jisike ị na-eme ọfụma, hapụ ndị a na-abụ aja rere aja rere ka ọ bụ aja rere achere na-amanye elu, achiere n'ime ọhụrụ left and right, na-claim na ọ bụ freedom fighter, na-claim na ọ bụ educated, research he don't want to research. Look at that old woman, old fool, old buffool, Ingunguru. Look at the way they are just rubbishing themselves, not Biafrans. Biafra, they're not rubbishing us, they are rubbishing themselves.
Exactly.
Their name are written as saboteurs in the book of Biafrans. Their book are written in saboteurs, the book of international. You see them? Look at the way who call himself X is X. Called X, not present one. About Gentle Yahoo and the general. They call themselves general. Who give general? Their own general in their families, not Biafra land.
No, today.
I don't speak with emotion.
Today we are not going to attack them. We are giving advice for them because honestly, what I am doing, I don't know it until now.
I'm not attacking them.
I understand,
but
yes.
They are not the truth.
Yes.
Let's call respect. Come on. You know many things that people don't know is that I may come out. I may come out tomorrow. But for me, in example, because I don't want to take anybody to do example. I may have all those Nigeria people on my side, and they have given and they have phoned me to say whatever that I'm saying. And they will come and say, we want you to be castigating us. Because they know that this is the agreement. But other people that knows me, the work that I've done before, they will say, you see, the way he's saying about those people, you see, let us put emotion by the side. I'm not bashing them, but I'm telling them that, you see, this United USB is no go area. That cannot come and rubbish the job that our PM did. And they sold him in the hand of Finland to rubbish it. No go area. Everybody know the speech of Mwai yesterday. Dr. Mozora Beze, our DPM. Let them change. If they want to change, I don't care. But let them go and do that woto. As that begging that money, who like to go and that's their money. That's their money. But anything they're doing on their head, not our USB head, not the Congos or Abeze head. Because they're finding anybody who have passed that. If they want to know, so since you are teaching this, since you are taking this history and be teaching it and be bringing the whole laws from left and right that you are not the one that wrote all those things. Neither a Biafran. It's international law. And this one that they're teaching, he will tell me that they're not hearing it. He will tell me that even those people that jumping like a frog with them, I don't know hearing it. Come on. You see, this time is not the time of begging. If they want to hear, let them hear. But their name I've written. I've written because we cannot take. You see, I want to go and get an and Kechi. Abroad, that does more now. I'm getting old in abroad. More you are getting old, more everything in you, all your system is changing because I'm not taking any vitamin enough in the place I live. I live in UK. I want to go back to my father's land, my mother's land with my children. So this our nation cannot take us. Maybe people will say if it take us 10 years, we're not gonna marry. Let them know what they're doing. I just come and here you call me, we can't connect and can't work on my own opinion. It's my own opinion. I'm not by what he said that I'm too harsh. I don't bloody care because I want to force him off. I want to force him off. Even our government, if come on, and I committee, calling up on college. I want to focus among those people that are jumping up and down. And this thing that you read out now. Are they qualified? Are they teachers? Are they doctors? And them is let them pack away. And I tend to cook that they're packing. They will let them be missing their generation. Our armies, why, okay, no name, and then the canoe, and my son, Jisike, one other number, one shake you can. This time is not the time of I won't do that. These rubbish people just surround, do run front and back. This man try, go declare. Go use that name of IPOP to declare these people are not yet back. Now we have declared it in the name of USB, and they are talking rubbish. No matter what people are saying that you said, that you message them, we will never make their friends to hate you. I understand. We love you so much. We love our PM. If not over to the one joke, that thing happened, that thing happened, that Mwabakaleke, you see, that thing Mwabakaleke, happened, Obakaleke, no to USB. You people must bow. I submit.
Thank you so much. Ebon, thank you. We move. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, our people, the only thing that happens is that we have our own way, whatever we are doing. The Biafra we are looking for, that is why I'm asking everybody. Now that we have a software to go into this movement, is it not better that we choose this software that the international law has given to us, even though that we know how corrupt the world it is, but this has we have a government that can argue it out with them. Now, on this issue of signature of a new country from the UN Secretary General, please, who is the right person to achieve this for us? And on what criteria can somebody sign for a new nation? That is why they make it easier for us. If there is no declaration, there is no nation. If there is no nation, there is no recognition. Now, ask question. We were waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When Maghandi was arrested, did the people of India hold on for Maghandi to come out? The document of India declaration, did Maghandi's signature in there? The answer is no. What of the hero of Nelson Mandela? The apartheid regime that the Nelson Mandela's men that apartheid regime, on that agreement of releasing Magahandi to release him, Nelson Mandela, to end apartheid regime. Go and check. Nelson Mandela signature is not there, because the world power are not going to discuss or negotiate with somebody who is in prison. They will negotiate with somebody who is outside. They said when a leader is arrested and put in detention, that people outside have the power to change everything about him. They will sign, they will declare, they will sign. Then after they are signing, once they declare it, the leader becomes a president in waiting in the prison. Once they have been signed treaties and agreement with other nations and pronounced they are a sovereign nation, the leader comes out, becomes only a president of that new country if you want. So tell me, the issue of waiting for Mazen Nanga to come and negotiate with America, with every other country, in which area has it happened in the world? That's why I ask you, the kind of Biafra you are looking for, please, can you give us the history or an example or in the law that back it up that Mazen Nanga will come out from prison and sign that Biafra, sign our document that Biafra is a country? Give us that evidence that Mazen Nanga will come out and come and sign that Biafra is a country. No, it lies on our shoulder who is in outside to sign. Our signing and our declaration is the leverage to bring him out of prison, either as a prime minister or any position he wants. What is our problem? The Biafra you are fighting, and you are military of Biafra, you claim you are men on ground. The thing that you are doing, can you tell us where has it happened before? Or I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling us that we cannot achieve Biafra without standing on the existing protocol of the world. Ọ bụrụ na ọkpụ ụzọ amụrụ ka esi akpụ ogele mkpị na-abụ ya lee egbe ahụ ka esi akpụ ogele aka ebezi n'okwu Biafra ihe niile na-afọ anyị wee chenjie. Ndị be anyị kwụsị na onye amụrụ ụzọ eseje mgbata mmiri nchute mmiri ya soro mpekele eju ka o ruo na mmiri. Ndị be anyị na-ekwu na onokwu nke be anyị na onye amaghị ebe a na-azụ ezi ya ma isisi ka ọ nụta n'imi mara ebe a na-azụ, ihi na ebe ọbụla na-azụ ezi na-enwe ọdọ n'ala Igbo. Biafra ị na-ekwu okwu ya, Biafra ị na-achụ, kedu otu a ga-esi, kedu ndị sigoro ihe ahụ ị na-emesi otu ahụ nweta nke ha? Rahman of Bangladesh, when he was arrested, don't you hear that he come out becomes a president because people he kept outside has negotiated? Do you know why Batobia was saying that he cannot wait that he's not going to negotiate for anybody because he never declared? Now it has been declared. With the government of the US, we have the right to negotiate with every authority. That is what they call diplomatic movement. Tell me that country in the world that fight for through the colonial era, through the old 20th centuries, that their freedom was dependent on the leader who is in prison, that leader comes outside and sign that India is a country, Burkina Faso is a country, Mali is a country, Namibia is a country. Tell me one leader. Why can't we take the method of other people to go what we are looking for? Now that we have taken that method, what is your problem? The word say that declaration is a peaceful way to achieve a new nation. They call it what? Declaration is a soft way that takes to the world, a new country, to the world global stage. So you want us to fold our hand. It simply means, example, in your own house, there is a husband, there is a mother, there is a son, there is a daughter. So you are saying, when mother left home, that nobody should eat food because the mother did not cook before she left. Just take this common example and put it into what we are doing, or what I'm saying. If there is a mother in a house, son, daughter, father, now, because of the mother left house earlier in the morning to go and do something meaningful for the family, so the children will starve. They are going to fold their hand, praying to the God that let our mother come back and come and cook so we can eat. So if the mother did not come back in 2 days, the family will starve, right? This is the kind of what we are saying, that if there is no one in the house, nobody will eat food. If there's nobody, nobody will eat. Is it what you wish yourself? Sorry, I am that one who, when my mother is not there, my father is not there, I will provide the food for me and my brothers. Even when they come back, they will be happy and follow me and eat. They have finished their job. Maazim Nnamdi Kanu has finished his job in this movement. He's relying on us. Obatobie has finished. He relied on us for us to achieve recognition. And he will come out to enjoy as either prime minister or as a president, anyone they choose. And this is how other countries in the past have got their own. Do you think that our own is going to be different from what others have done in the past? That is why the world gives us existing protocol, existing criteria, existing law that guides the 21st century. The 21st century, starting from 2001, is going to end in 2100. And we are still in 2026. How many days to go? And the law has already changed. The word said, we have moved away. We have moved out from gun and bullets. Now we have gone into peaceful declaration, diplomatic and legal standing, legitimacy. That the biggest man in the house or in the court law is no longer the one with the biggest gun, but rather the one who stands on the side of the law, legitimacy, the right of the people. Legal aspect is where the world has pushed us into. We must follow them. We must. My people, the truth must be told. And this truth is what I am here in my little Biafra side of how the world wants it. And that's what I'm trying to do, nothing more than that. I know nothing, please. But because of my long time of murdering my sleep to research to know how India achieved it, how Nelson Mandela happens, how Mahatma of India, how Rahman of Bangladesh, how Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya achieved it. When Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya was in prison, he come out, become the prime minister. The people fought to get Britain, get recognition, declare Kenya as a country. They got recognition. Jomo Kenyatta comes and become a president. He is not the one who signed. He's not continuing when he comes out. Rather, he comes and met a new country. That he have his mind. I am fighting for a new country. He comes out, become the leader of the new country. Please now change your mind. Reason like other countries. Make one or two research. How do you research? Go to your phone. Go to Google. Type. How did the apartheid regime ended? It will not give you South Africa, or ask, how did the people of India get the recognition of India to become a country when Mahatma was in prison? They will give it to you. Now also you can think, how did the exile government of Namibia achieve Namibia as a country? How did the exile government of Algeria achieve Algeria as a country? Just read these things. Then you will find the government of the USB on this particular way that other countries, both in the old and the new, have gone through the normal process to achieve a new country. Please now, my people, let us forget our grievances. Nandeba is no name, alochama ebulaba n'obi n'okwu Igbo. Alocha ọgụ n'ama eburuziela n'obi. Hapụzie n'ihe ahụ ị na-adọ. Hapụ na Ngozi Ọrabaeze. Na Ngozi gwara gị sị gị na Biafra Constitution kwuru sị na after ka enwetara this recognition, they will dissolve every government in exile. Then they will now start from president election. What else do you want? In the criteria for us to give Biafra as a country, to sign for us, to speak for us, she qualified because of even her own personal data is enough for that. Now, go to the social media, type, what is the private life of Ngozi Orabe, what her wealth? You will see who he is. Ask of who Ogenkere is. Ask of Chike who he is. You will see among these people that the leverage of having a good person, a quality human being to achieve this movement, it falls on the shoulder of Ngozi Orabe as the one who is leading us right now. Please now forget about it. Just have in your mind that the only thing you needed here, Biafra as a nation. That is all I needed. I don't want any other thing. When we go to Biafra land, what are we going to do? The Biafra Constitution said after our recognition from other countries that they are going to dissolve all the SI government. Everybody, no more Ngozi Orabe cannot ask COS. She cannot deputy prime minister again. It ends after recognition comes in. We'll go back